Fortnite Chapter 2 Remix is now here, and of course we are back onto the island of Apollo, in which, if you don't know, Apollo is the name of the Chapter 2 island. Now, so far, I've played a few games of Remix Chapter 2, and I can't lie, it's actually amazingly fun. After hearing the news yesterday that Chapter 2 Remix is going to be heavily icon-themed, I didn't really think that the season would be as good as I expected it to be, but I was very wrong, as Chapter 2 Remix is honestly a blast. But now, like the title of this video says, I'm gonna be explaining the storyline of this season of Remix Chapter 2. And before you all come at me saying, bro, there's literally no storyline in this season whatsoever, yes there is, and there may not be much, but it's pretty interesting. Okay, so first, let's talk about how we got back to Fortnite Chapter 2. I'm pretty sure you all know that the main character in the storyline this year is Hope. And while she is our hero, she has defeated literally most of the threats of Chapter 5. But the reason why Hope is the hero of Chapter 5 is because she has a very interesting connection with Pandora's Box, which is literally the main source and focus of Fortnite Chapter 5. And this specific connection has ran down her family for centuries. Now, if you didn't know, Hope is also a very unique and talented artist. She loves to draw and doodle around. It's literally her main source of relaxation. But the thing is, Hope only draws things that just randomly come to her mind. The other day, a really random vision just randomly popped into Hope's mind. And well, as always, she decided to draw it out. She drew out this specific random vision onto the big screen at Restored Reels. And when finished, this art showed the Chapter 2 Season 2 locations of the agency and the shark, but the locations were coming out of rifts. A few days later, the rift beacon at Restored Reels beamed at this Chapter 2 graffiti that Hope drew, which created an actual rift. But then the beacon blasted at the graffiti, completely blacking out the island. And well, this is when a giant rift butterfly appeared at the scene and created a bridge between our Chapter 5 reality and Times Square, bringing skyscrapers and other large buildings to the island. And this was our main introduction to the cast of Fortnite Remix, showing off Ice Spice and Snoop Dogg. And well, that's when Snoop inserted a record into his deck. And this record was shown in Restored, and well, it exploded, letting out a load of colors and unique drawings that all look like to be drawn by Hope. Now later on, we were then rifted to the golden Chapter 2 reality that we saw in the Big Bang Live event, which contains a remixed version of Chapter 2 Season 2. The entire agency has been taken over by Snoop Dogg, who is pretty much the new Midas. And while he works alongside with Ice Spice, who is pretty much the new Sky, and Eminem, who is pretty much the new Brutus. Now, other agents of this new remixed agency are One Ball, a new remixed version of 8 Ball, Chaos Director, a new female remixed version of Chaos Agent, Dynamo TNTina, a remix of TNTina and Ocean, Undercover Sky, a remix of Sky and Guff, Meowdus, a remix of Midas and Meowscles, and Juice WRLD, who currently isn't on the island right now, but will appear later on this season. So it's pretty cool seeing a new remixed version of the agency, but where's the actual agency? Like, where is the actual Midas? Where's the actual Brutus and all that crew? Well, I doubt that they're in the same reality as us, because the reality we're in right now is specifically a remixed reality of Chapter 2 Season 2. And remember, last time we saw Midas was back in Chapter 5 Season 2, and he was sailing off somewhere with his crew. And it's heavily believed that he was heading to the open world reality or place. So, although we don't see the actual Midas this season, just know it's not the end of him, as it's kinda most likely we'll see him soon. And this is all because of open world, but if not, then we'll most likely see him in Chapter 6. But also, someone we need to talk about is Hope. What happened to her? Where is she on the island? Well, believe it or not, Hope isn't on the island of Apollo right now. She was, but then she left. And before she left, she called up her sister Valeria multiple times, who left her on voicemail. But you see, these voicemails by Hope for Valeria were recorded, and were left in places across the island.
Hey, Valeria. Remember when I'd accuse you and your friends of trying to ruin the world and you'd roll your eyes? You'd say something like, quiet, the adults are talking. Fun times. I'm not really sure what brought that to mind. Maybe it's you opening Pandora's box? I'm not leaving this message to gloat. I'm really not. I plan on doing that in person. But, yeah. I think it's time for me to go. With all of your connections, you probably know this already. But Pandora's box is a part of something bigger. I can't shake the sense that I'm a part of it too. I don't know where I'm going or when we'll see each other again. So if this is goodbye, it's been nice being your sister. And I'll be honest, even better being your nemesis. Take care of yourself. Nisha says hi.
Now, Hope reveals that there's more business to do with Pandora's box, and well, Hope needs to go and find what this business is, hoping that she can sort it. But this does result in Hope being dormant and leaving the island of Apollo. But don't worry, it's not the end of Hope, plus she did send more than one voicemail to Valeria.
Hey, me again. I forgot a few things last time. First, Feely says hi. At least, I think that's what he said. Apparently he really enjoyed being a hostage. He loves attention, so that tracks. Jones is still not your biggest fan, what with the nana napping and all. But I've convinced him to get out of the vengeance game. For now. You're welcome. Don't make a habit of it. You know, you could maybe pick up one of these times. All right. I'll try you again.
So now, Hope really wants to communicate with her sister, but every time she tries calling, she just never picks up. But this one voicemail that Hope sent is pretty interesting though. She mentions Peely, and brings up how he was kidnapped by the Society, which he enjoyed, by the way. So yeah, that is pretty interesting.
Okay, this time I was really hoping you'd pick up. I don't really know who else I can talk to about this. So, turns out, my art can see the future. Well, no, wait. I can see the future, but it only shows up in my art. Yeah, I'm not explaining this well, am I? You know your whole fire thing? I can see the future through my paintings. So, kind of the same thing. I think I just had to say that. That's probably it. But I can't rule out another call.
Okay, so Hope knows that Valeria is deliberately avoiding Hope's calls, in which, knowing Valeria, this isn't surprising at all. But let's talk about the main thing here. Hope can see the future. You know those random visions she gets in her head? Well, they're actually to do with events that happen in the future. A random vision will just randomly come to Hope's mind, and then Hope will draw out this vision. And when drawn out, this vision shows something that happens in the future. So that's why she got that random vision of the shark and the agency being rifted in, because it shows off something that happens in the future. Now knowing that Hope can see the future by her drawings is really interesting. I mean, like, really interesting. Because before Hope left the island, she drew a load of random things in the grotto that just popped into her mind. And she drew all this on one wall. You can see Hope drew some stars, some hearts, some pizza slices, some clouds, some pretty cute things. Until that's when you see Hope drew Dr. Sloan, the Nothing TV, a pouring mug that most likely resembles the ego mug that John Jones had, and a UFO. And well, what's wrong with a UFO? Well, it's most likely resembling the last reality. So if Hope just admitted that she can see the future by her drawings, and then she went ahead and drew this, yeah, we might be getting peak lore back. And it also confirms the return of Dr. Sloan, which wasn't that surprising, I can't lie, but I'm still very excited. We'll most likely see her again in Chapter 6. But yeah, let's roll the final voicemail left by Hope.
Okay, that time you definitely sent me to voicemail. You are gonna feel so bad when you finally listen to these. But I'm sure whatever you're doing is much more important than having a final conversation with your sister. I disbanded the Underground. But if you want the Underground to stay gone, you're going to have to invite them to the table. You've got a lot of rebuilding to do. Don't do it alone. Nisha can help. The Underground are good people. They hate you, so right there you know they've got good judgment. I set up a meeting. The rest is up to you. Do the right thing this time. I know you will.
So Hope really wants Valeria to get back up on her feet again and hopes that things can be settled. And maybe, just maybe, Hope can turn her sister into a good person. But yeah, I can't lie, all those voicemails are pretty sweet. And we might get some more throughout the rest of this season. But yeah, right now, Hope is on a journey because her story with Pandora's box isn't over. And there is still more she needs to sort out with it. And also, it's most likely that Jones went with Hope as he is nowhere to be seen on the island. But yeah, that's pretty much all the storyline we've got for this season so far. But now, before I end this video, I do need to talk about a very popular theory. This theory being that Chapter 2 Remix isn't real and that it's all a dream. Now, I have rather mixed opinions on this theory. I see how it would make sense because the transition between Chapter 5 and Fortnite Remix was really bad, and honestly didn't really make much sense. Plus, last season, the Oracle mentioned a victory hidden in defeat, and she said this before we defeated Doom. And also, the Oracle said this as a prophecy, so did Doom actually win? To be honest, I doubt it. Also, I don't think that Fortnite Remix is all a dream. I just don't think Fortnite would pull that off. But I might be wrong, as you all know that Juice WRLD will be having like some sort of a concert at the end of this season. Well, Juice WRLD's most popular song is literally called Lucid Dreams. Coincidence or not, just saying this season definitely isn't a lucid dream, but there's a chance of it being a dream. Either way though, we don't know. We're just gonna have to wait and see if this season is actually a dream or not. But yeah, thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed the video. A like and subscribe will always be appreciated, and why not join my Discord server, link in description. And how are you enjoying Chapter 2 Remix so far? Well, let me know down in the comments.